Well, Michael, reunited today for the first time since last Melbourne Cup Day with Red Cadeaux. How do you feel?
Yeah, fantastic, Adrian. He's, just speaking to Robin, the stable foreman, they said he's a lot heavier and a lot bigger than what he was this time last year, and I could really feel it out there on the track. He feels a lot stronger. He certainly is a lot wider just sitting up on top of him as well. So it's all positive signs. It's hasn't raced for quite a while, but he's just a real natural stayer. The work he did, he pulled up. He didn't even blow a candle out. I was quite amazed at how easy he did it.
Have you been following his form really closely in Europe?
Yes, I've been watching his last few runs. I got told to put a pen through his last run at Newmarket, but no, he's been going quite well. But he just seems to like it here, and he hopefully can turn up like he did last year and would go one better.
Look, the barrier draw is a huge factor in this race. How does this horse sort of measure up? Where does he need to draw?
Yeah, look, last year I think he drew 14, but I was able to get across one off the fence, sort of just behind midfield, and as long as I can, probably want to draw in a little bit more than that and make it a bit easier for me. But he's a horse that does race in the second half of the field, and he certainly possesses a very good turn of foot. So, I learned a lot off riding him last year, and I definitely got to the front too early on him. He took me by surprise with his turn of foot. I didn't think he was going to let go like that. Michael,
you were very keen on this horse when December Draw went by the wayside in the Caulfield Cup. You think you made the right decision?
Yeah, 100%. Look, all I've been thinking about since this day last year was this horse and how I really want to turn the tables on what happened last year, and very excited to be booked on him again. And I know he can get there on the day and do it. He runs the distance out very strong. So looking forward to it.
Where do you see the main dangers from?
I guess it's the Europeans, isn't it? I wish I was saying a couple of local horses, but obviously, Mary Kane, he probably needs a sting out. Dermot's going really well, but whether he's been handicapped out of it or not remains to be seen. You can just go through a lot of those horses that are there, and they've all got great chances, because their stayers are a lot stronger than ours.
Look, the 1 kilo penalty that Dunedin got seems to work in Red Cadeaux's favour, makes him even more favourably weighted. Yeah,
definitely. Look at it really evens things right up, and he's probably going to find it hard to beat us home this year, I reckon.
Well, Mark, we saw Galileo's choice of his final piece of work out before the Melbourne Cup. What were your impressions?
Adrian, I was very happy with him. He worked very well. He quickened up nicely. It was great to have some company for him to work with. He worked over 2,000, and the track was in fantastic order here this morning, and it's all systems go.
Will you take him to Flemington tomorrow morning as a familiarisation exercise?
Yeah, he's just going to go early in the morning. He's just going to take a walk around the saddling area, just a walk around the mounting yard, through the tunnel, which is important because he won't have, had to experience anything much like that before, and just to get to know his surrounds. It's a normal thing now. It happens worldwide. Whenever a horse travels, they all go and just get, familiar with the surroundings.
You've bought plenty of horses over the years for the Melbourne Cup. Where does Galileo's choice stack up?
He's slightly different to all the others. He's not a Group 1 winner, but I don't think that matters. He's a good, solid, sound horse, and he's a horse that we like a lot. He's completely different. Had he run in the Irish St. Leger this year, he probably would have won it, to be honest with you. But he would be carrying then a fairly substantial penalty and would be at the other end of the handicap.
Yeah, for the first time, Galileo's choice is seemingly well weighted compared to some of the other horses your dad's brought out here. Why do you think he's the horse that can win the Melbourne Cup for you?
He's well weighted and he's a good horse, and our horses are running very well at the moment. Our season just finished at home and we went out with a flourish, and we had a huge day on British Champions Day where we won 2 races. Indeed, I think the Irish horses won 4 of the 6. And we're very, very happy. We're in a good place right now, and I would just like Mother Nature to play her hand, and maybe on Monday evening a few showers would be very, very welcome.
Does this horse perform at all on firm ground?
Yeah, he goes on all grounds, but I think, been completely honest, what you'd call, a good track would be too quick for all the European horses. We would definitely be looking for it to be a good deal slower than that. It's just a case of, look, I'm coming here long enough now. The last couple of years have been wet years, and it's been, very good for the Europeans. You can see with the heat in the sky already this morning, I think we're back to a more normal spring, and it's a good deal warmer. And, from 9 o'clock in the morning right through to 3:30, 4 in the afternoon when the cup is run, the track will change considerably and dry out unless there's rain.
So how would you like the track to be presented on Melbourne Cup Day?
Look, Flemington will present the track in a very professional manner. They'll produce a safe track, but on top of that, some rain will be nice. But definitely, I just don't want to bring home an injured horse. It has happened in the past. It's through nobody's fault. It's just fact. That's the way it is. But some rain, and if we don't get rain, then I will be hoping that the people in Flemington would water extensively.
Pat Smell doesn't get here till Cup Eve. Is that a concern?
Well, it's just the fact that he's riding in California. We've 2 runners there this weekend, and it's just the way the schedule is this year. It would have been nice, possibly, to have him here a couple of days earlier, definitely, but it's just not to be. Godolphin do it every year. We've never been in that position before, but we're coming straight from the Breeders' Cup back to Melbourne this year. And no, look, the staff we have here are doing exceptionally well. The horse is in great nick. We had a lot of our homework done before we came down here. So it was only just a matter of just giving the horse time to recover from his trip, and he's really enjoying the sunshine now too.
The bookies have the French horses as the ones to beat. Is that your view?
It's an open race. The French horses are high up in the weights, and then you have Galileo's Choice and Mount Athos much lower in the weights. And the draw will play a big factor in it, and that's out of all our hands. And I never ever underestimate the local horses either, because there's always a horse that crops up from somewhere. It happens every single year. And not alone one, there could be 2 or 3, and a lot of people could have egg on their face. So, look, the track on the day will determine an awful lot.
Well, Luca, welcome back to another Melbourne Cup Spring Carnival.
Thank you very much, Adrian. I'd love to be here again.
The first time you've seen these horses now in more than a month, how'd they look?
Very good. I'm surprised. I'm very pleasantly surprised, because most of the times when I've joined them, they've had trouble eating a little bit, or they looked a bit light, and I wasn't very happy. Now this year I'm very happy. They look great.
How has My Quest for Peace come through the Caulfield Cup?
Very good. He seems to be in very good form. He's got excellent shape to his body, and he's very happy.
The other horse, I suppose, that creates all the interest is Mount Athos. You've gone outside your normal practice of not running him before the Melbourne Cup. Why is that?
Keep the dream alive. No, seriously. Look, the horse has done the best by running him sparingly. He won first time out for me this year, back in our spring, not having raced for about 6 months, and he was very impressive in that win. Then I didn't race him for 2 months, and he won again. Then I didn't race him again for another 45 days, and he won again at a higher grade in Group 3. So I think there's some merit in that, and I wanted to stick to that plan. The horse seems to run best when he's fresh.
Was the Jeffrey Freer the run that sort of convinced you that this is the Melbourne Cup horse?
I think that the whole of his campaign this year was quite impressive, especially because he was so progressive. From his first win at Newmarket with a big weight to his second win at York in a listed handicap with a big weight again. We thought we had a horse for the Melbourne Cup, and he confirmed it in the Jeffrey Freer.
He's also a horse that's raced in big fields before, so the Melbourne Cup's not going to be an issue for him.
I don't think so. He's a very versatile horse, and you can put him in a race wherever you like. And with a bit of luck in running, he should be thereabouts.
Ryan Moore takes the ride. He's a horse that can just posse anywhere in the run?
Yeah, I mean, you can put him anywhere. He doesn't want to be in front, obviously, but we need a decent draw and then be mid-division, and then have a bit of luck in the last 800 metres.
There's always a talk about how the track should be prepared for the Europeans that come Melbourne Cup time. What sort of ground is Mount Athos most effective on?
Both my horses, Mount Athos and Quest for Peace, they like it fast.
Fast, so that you won't be with Dermot Weld singing from the hymn sheet that we need some rain.
Hey, look, we only sing from the hymn sheet that suits our horses, and both my horses will like fast ground. Fast by English standards, probably not fast by Australian standards.
Can you split the 2 horses?
I think they're both equally as good. I think they both got group form in England, and I think that they seem to be in good form. And I'm not taking sides. I like them both. I haven't got a favourite, and they're both favourites. And may the best one horse win.
We're here with Terry Henderson, who's got Gatewood running in the Lexus Stakes on Saturday. Terry, how are you expecting him to go?
On the way, he's bounced out of the Geelong Cup very well. Adrian. He's very strong. He's improving, if anything. I think he's had 2 sits and sprints, and at this stage, he's in terrific order.
It's unusual for horses like from Europe to have as many starts in such a short time. Is that going to be a factor against him on Saturday?
I honestly don't know. It's unusual for horses to have 2 2,500-metre races and race them the way they have. So it's really hard to tell. So you've really only got to judge it on the way the horse is working, how he is mentally, how he's eating, how Marcel thinks he is, and all of those indicators are, in the right direction.
What's the outcome after Saturday? Is the Melbourne Cup a realistic option?
Oh, it's an option. It's an option, but we're extremely conscious of this horse. This is only a young horse, as all of our horses are here. So they've got a whole career ahead. So we're not going to jeopardise that career if we've got any concerns at all coming out of the Lexus. If he comes through the Lexus well, and there is no reason why we wouldn't pay up, well, providing George Strawbridge and John Gosden are happy, we'll pay up.
Look, it's such an open year. If Gatewood did make it through the Melbourne Cup, how would he go?
Well, ironically, he'll be one of the younger horses in the field. The thing about this year is that it's probably going to be the oldest Melbourne Cup forever when you look down at the ages of the top 24. And probably one of the reasons why not many are falling by the wayside. So, given that he's a young horse against a lot more experienced horses, it'll be a challenge for him.
As you said before, his 2 runs so far have virtually been, you forget the Herbert Power because he couldn't get a run, and the Geelong Cup was just a sprint home.
Exactly, and it showed that he has got a sprint, so I suppose we're feeling a little vindicated that we've bought the right horse for Australian conditions, one that can sit and sprint. Glenn was certainly impressed, so if he is able to get a sit in a race of any distance, quite frankly, because we know he can run 2 miles, he's going to be competitive.
And with a genuine tempo, that'll suit him better.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. We saw that in York when he won there, at Epsom when he won there, and in Ascot. The horse responds very well to a good tempo. Obviously, if he gets some galloping room early rather than late, as was the Herbert Power, he's going to be in the race.